Yo guys, did you know that WorldSBK champion Toprak Razgatlioglu is having serious problems in his MotoGP debut? It's not because he can't ride fast, it's because he literally has to relearn how to open the throttle. I'm serious, this story is absolutely fascinating. So here's the deal. Toprak, who just moved to MotoGP with Pramac Yamaha, is completely losing his mind over Michelin tires. At the Sepang test, he was a whopping 1.9 seconds slower than the fastest rider. For someone like Toprak, who dominated WorldSBK, this is like a complete nightmare. What makes it interesting is that his teammate Jack Miller immediately gave a crystal clear explanation of why this is happening. And it turns out, the problem is all about how the tires work, and they're totally different. If you look closely, WorldSBK uses Pirelli tires, while MotoGP uses Michelin. Seems the same, right? Tires around, got treads, keep the bike glued to the tarmac. But guys, the difference is like night and day. Toprak said it himself. With Pirelli tires, when they start to spin, they're easy to control. But when Michelin starts spinning, it doesn't stop until 5th or 6th gear. Just imagine, you're racing, the rear tire starts spinning, and it just keeps spinning until your bike is already straight on the straightaway. Crazy, right? This isn't about skill. This is about tire characteristics that are genuinely different. In WorldSBK, Toprak was used to using the rear tire for sliding, helping with turning, and aggressive acceleration out of corners. His style is aggressive, spectacular, gives you goosebumps, but in MotoGP, that approach just costs him time. Now, here's the most interesting part. Jack Miller gave Toprak a crucial clue. He said, if you listen to Ducati when opening the throttle, everything is done super smoothly to maintain weight transfer and not upset the bike. What does that mean? So these Ducati riders who dominate MotoGP aren't just fast. They really understand how to manage traction exiting corners. Throttle is opened gradually, smoothly, bit by bit, so the tire doesn't immediately spin. Because once it spins, game over, you'll keep losing grip all the way to the higher gears. Miller even said that last year's Yamaha Inline 4 had similar problems. It was incredibly difficult to maintain traction exiting corners, and this is one of the reasons why Yamaha finally decided to build a new V4 engine. They wanted an engine character that's smoother, with easier to manage power delivery. What's both sad and funny is that Toprak has to completely change his riding style. He said himself, the team always says ride smooth, but saying it is easy. Guys, just imagine. You've been used to one style for years, and suddenly you have to flip it 180 degrees. It's like you're used to gaming with a controller and suddenly you're forced to use keyboard and mouse. It takes insane effort to adapt. In WorldSBK, Toprak was famous for his aggressive style. He used the rear tire for turning, sliding out of corners with spectacular flair. Fans absolutely loved his flamboyant style. But in MotoGP, he has to learn to be a gentleman. Wait longer to open the throttle. Keep the bike smooth. Don't rush. It's like asking a rock star to play classical music. At the Sepang test, Toprak had a target of getting into the 1 minute 57 second bracket. But the reality? He was still 1.9 seconds behind Alex Marquez, who was fastest, and even 0.746 seconds slower than his Yamaha teammate Alex Rins. This is a massive blow to the confidence of a 3-time consecutive WorldSBK champion. What's frustrating is that Toprak is still really good in the braking sector. That's his strength, aggressive, late braking. But all that advantage disappears the moment he exits a corner. Tire spins, time is lost, and he can only watch helplessly. Toprak himself already realizes he needs more help than just practice. He said that at the Thailand test, they want to try different suspension setups. He needs more grip for cornering and more help from the suspension to manage power delivery. But guys, this isn't just about bike setup. It's also about mental adaptation. Toprak has to learn patience, has to learn to hold back from immediately pinning the throttle exiting corners. For a rider with an aggressive temperament like him, this is an incredibly heavy mental challenge. Jack Miller is supporting him by inviting Toprak to follow him on track. This is a smart strategy because by following from behind, Toprak can see firsthand how experienced MotoGP riders open the throttle, manage traction, and maintain momentum out of corners. Guys, Toprak's story isn't just about one rider struggling. It's about how different these two racing series actually are. Even though they look similar, It's also proof that at the highest level of motorsport, a detail as small as tire characteristics can make the difference between being a champion and being a mid-pack rider. We're also witnessing in real time the learning process of a champion. Toprak isn't just any rider. He's a WorldSBK champion. He beat Alvaro Bautista and Jonathan Rea. He's a world-class rider, but still, he has to humble himself and learn from scratch about using different tires. From this story, we can draw several important lessons. First, success in one area doesn't automatically guarantee success in another. Toprak dominated WorldSBK, but in MotoGP, he has to start from the bottom again. This is a reminder for all of us that continuous learning is important even for experts. Second, small technical differences can have huge impacts. Michelin versus Pirelli tires seem like a small detail, but it turns out they fundamentally change the way you ride. It's like in everyday life. Sometimes the small details we ignore actually have a big impact on the final result. Third, having a mentor and support system is crucial. Toprak is lucky to have Jack Miller, who's willing to share experience and provide guidance. In any career, having a mentor who's walked the path before you is invaluable. Toprak will get another chance to improve at the Buriram test on February 21st to 22nd. This is absolutely crucial because his race debut will be at the same circuit the following week. He has 2 days to refine his technique, test new setups, and hopefully start finding his feel with Michelin tires. What makes it interesting is that all eyes will be watching Toprak's progress. Media fans, rival teams, everyone's curious. Can he close the gap quickly? Or will it take half a season before he's truly competitive? Guys, if you like content like this that discusses technical stuff, but in casual, easy-to-understand language, don't forget to hit that like button. Seriously, your likes really help this channel grow. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications. Why? Because Toprak's story is just chapter 1. We'll keep following his progress at the Buriram test, his race debut, and throughout this season. This is going to be one of the most interesting storylines in MotoGP 2026. In the comments section, I want to ask your opinion. How many races do you think Toprak will need before he can competitively fight in the top 10? Or are you pessimistic and think he'll struggle all season? Share your thoughts. I read all the comments and I love discussing with you guys. Oh yeah, which team are you on? Team Toprak will succeed or Team MotoGP is too different, he'll struggle? Drop it in the comments. Guys, this is just the beginning of a long journey. Toprak Razgatlioglu is a true fighter, and I'm sure he won't give up easily. Maybe now he's 1.9 seconds behind, but who knows? In a few races, he might be fighting for podiums. What makes this story interesting is we're witnessing history in the making. Whether it's the history of a WSBK champion successfully transitioning to MotoGP, or a cautionary tale about how different these two series really are. Either way, it's going to be one hell of a ride. So stay tuned, keep watching, and don't forget to support this channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing with your friends who love MotoGP. We'll keep updating Toprak's progress, analyzing race by race, and giving you insights you won't get anywhere else. See you in the next video, and remember, in motorsport, just like in life, what matters isn't how fast you start, but how strong you keep pushing until the finish line. Toprak is in his pushing phase right now, and we're all going to support him. Peace out, guys, and see you in the comments section.